After 2 years of waiting, Enola Holmes 2 finally premiered and the movie is a massive success. Here's what we know about the third movie of the franchise so far. Millie Bobby Brown as Enola, on the verge of closing her private detective agency, took up a case of a missing red-haired girl. The case turned out to be more tricky than it looked at the beginning. Enola was trying really hard to create her own name and leave the shadow of her older brother, the famous detective Sherlock Holmes. But the circumstances of their respective cases made them work together and team up to find the villain of the story. From trying to compete with Sherlock, Enola changed her mind and teamed up with him. The result was a newly created strong bond between the siblings. Sherlock even offered her to officially work together as a team and open an office, but Enola refused. Instead, they created boundaries. They'll coexist, but each one is going to operate on their spheres of interest. Sherlock will deal with prestigious cases and wealthy people, and Enola will work more underground in the streets and issues of the upcoming social change. The sibling duo could have divided their spheres of interest, but they might be forced to cooperate once again, as the sequel left us with a massive cliffhanger at the end. Sherlock's arch-nemesis, Mira Troy, better known as Moriarty, escaped from prison. That's great news for fans of Henry Cavill's Sherlock, because there's more story to tell. Even though Moriarty is a big part of Sherlock's own story, Enola had made an acquaintance with her as well. During the ball, they even chatted. Moriarty will create chaos as soon as the opportunity arises, and society might be in danger. There's no doubt that Enola will be involved. A big cliffhanger was the reveal of the famous Dr. John Watson, Sherlock's flatmate and partner in solving crimes in the classic Sherlock Holmes adventures written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. In the post-credit scene, Sherlock looks surprised to see a man looking for him because he was interested in living on Baker Street. We know that Sherlock wasn't looking for a flatmate, and now his iconic partner in crime stands at the door. The fault was Enola's and her subtle care for her brother's well-being. Her solution to Sherlock's loneliness was to orchestrate the whole situation, and she was correct, as John becomes a best friend of Sherlock and his trusted ally. Dr. Watson should return to another movie and help the sibling duo with their passion for mysteries. We'll probably see a friendship develop between the trio and their dynamics. Maybe the producers will decide to have a blast with the characters and explore their relationship differently from previous adaptations of the classic novels. And with the changes that the movies have already made, it's safe to say that everything is possible in the franchise. Sherlock Holmes has many ways to get the job done, and one of them is his group of street informants known as the Baker Street Irregulars. Because even famous detectives such as Sherlock and Enola sometimes need help to solve mysteries, it could be included in the third movie. But maybe it wasn't Sherlock who created the group, but Enola. It's already established that Enola does more undercover work, where she meets many common people, and therefore she creates connections among street people, which will be later useful. In the sequel, there will be a noticeable absence of Mycroft Holmes, played by Sam Claflin. Maybe Mycroft was just busy with government issues and didn't have time to watch the chaos created by his siblings unfold. Hopefully he'll return to watch over his younger siblings and get them out of trouble when necessary. And with the threat of Moriarty, he'll be once again forced to participate in the Holmes shenanigans. Enola Holmes 2 featured many sweet moments between Enola and her young friend Tewkesbury, but they finally confessed their love to each other. From the beginning, Enola refused to acknowledge her feelings towards the young man because she wanted to prove her independence, but she realized that having friends isn't that bad, and help is welcome. After the confession, what made fans go crazy, the pair kept proving their love to one another in every dire situation they found themselves in. After the mystery was solved and the case closed, Tewkesbury brought Enola flowers and they strolled through the town arm in arm and bantered about the upcoming ball Tewkesbury invited Enola to. Their relationship included every trope fans could ask for: friends to lovers, a not realised love confession, banter, jealousy, and protecting partner. The relationship has a lot of potential for development in the new movie. It would be amazing to see them overcome their differences. Enola's need for independence and adventure, which the mystery solving brings with it, and Tewkesbury's sense of duty and his involvement in politics. It's also a good thing that the Holmes approve of their match. Enola's mother Eudora even encourages it because Enola would be magnificent with him at her side. Their cute relationship and the banter are fun to watch, so the producers should give it more space in another movie. The second movie followed a real historical incident that happened in London, a match factory, where women who worked there developed many health problems developed from the use of phosphorus in matchsticks. It's interesting to see real history mixed with fiction. It makes the watching experience more real and believable, but still enjoyable. There's a chance that the franchise will hold on to this idea and give us more historical events events with the addition of Enola in the centre. The franchise is set in Victorian England, where women were fighting for their right to vote and be equal to men, and the franchise portrayed the women's struggles well so far. There's no reason to stop with it now, so it's possible that Enola will find herself even more tied to the women's cause. She might even follow in her mother's footsteps. There's always a need for a strong female protagonist who's not afraid to use her voice in order to fight for justice or to protect other people. And Enola is exactly like that. A young feminist queen who doesn't hesitate to voice her opinions and fight for everything right. That's because she was raised to be independent by her mother Eudora Holmes, who is very passionate about women's rights. Eudora is an example and the biggest supporter of Enola. We met her quite a few times in the course of the two movies. Her presence in the story is a change from the books. The producers clearly wanted Helena Bonham Carter to be a more frequent guest on their set. Fans aren't complaining because Helena's performances as a slightly unhinged Eudora are really fun to watch. Who wouldn't like to see a woman glass things with homemade aids? Unfortunately, the continuation of Enola Holmes has yet to be confirmed. The sequel was confirmed 7 months after the release of the original movie, even with more than 76 million streams in the first month. With the massive success of the sequel, there's hope that Netflix will greenlight another movie centered around the young promising detective who is trying to make a career on her own. The material for the next movie exists. There are 8 books about the adventures of Enola Holmes written by Nancy Springer so far, so it's not like Netflix could be dry on the material. What's more, Netflix has already changed many things from the books, which only expands the possibilities for the plot. One of the examples of the changes can be Tewksbury, who became in the movie franchise Enola's love interest instead of just a one-time character in the novel, and we're definitely not complaining as Louis Partridge does a phenomenal job in portraying his character and has incredible chemistry with Millie. Not greenlighting the new movie would be a wasted potential of the cast and the movie crew. Obviously, the cast had fun on set and created friendships between them. Millie Bobby Brown is definitely on board with her starring in another movie of the franchise. I would love to be a part of another one. I would love to see her do more cases, be put under pressure, be put in crazy situations, make her feel vulnerable again. I absolutely love seeing her back at work. But her busy schedule with filming Stranger Things Season 5 might not permit her to return to the set anytime soon. Henry Cavill, who portrays Sherlock Holmes, is also keen to do another movie, but it has to be in line with his busy schedule. So he could solely focus on his character in Enola Holmes. It might be difficult for him to come back on the set with his return as the famous hero Superman, but he dropped The Witcher, so hopefully he'll find time to film the movie. The actors, like the fans, are not ready to let go of the story yet, which is good news for the fans. The first movie was released in 2020, and after a long 2-year wait, we finally got the continuation. The franchise didn't lose its fans, so even with a wait for a third movie, there'll always be someone interested in another story. A piece of great news for the fans of the franchise might be that there were also talks about a potential Enola Holmes prequel, which could be dealing with Enola's mother, portrayed by Helena Bonham Carter. It would solely focus on her character and her journey to the person we could see in the movies. The second movie is on its way to being at least as successful as the previous one, so Netflix might greenlight one more Enola Holmes movie sooner rather than later. But the earliest date of release might be 2024, but fans are willing to wait because in the end, it'll be worth it. What do you think might happen in Enola Holmes 3? Let us know in the comments, and thanks for watching.